Okay, Diane, this is my video. I'm leaving my kitchen. And this is looking out to the driveway. Now we're going down the steps. This is the yard. And this is the arbor that Craig and Michael built, and the shed behind it that Craig and Michael built, and the gate to the garden that Craig and Michael built. And this is the garage. And this is strawberries, although they weren't supposed to come back this year, but they did. I'm not going to keep them there because I don't like them, so I got peppers in there right now. And this is Cole the cat. Hi, Cole. Hi, Cole. Can I say hi to Diane? All right, don't mind the weeds. I know that it needs weeding. Anyway, this is the section over here that is new, that I'm trying to make into raised beds. These are my potatoes in the buckets, which I need to fill because they're almost to the top, so I have to fill them to the top and put the fencing around them to keep them from flopping. And this is my pile of dirt, and this eventually here will be sunflowers, and those two things over there are part of my under the bed storage, and the one that's open is going to be the starter for fall broccolis and stuff like that. So here we go. These are my beans, some of my climbing beans, which I've got bird netting on the posts for the beans to attach themselves and climb up the arbor. And these are my onions, which unfortunately aren't doing as well as I'd like, but you know, it's all new to me. I've never done anything like this. And let's go into the gate. Okay, this is kind of a long shot of the garden. It measures about 17 by about 38 or something like that. This is the original part of the garden. These are potato, onions, spinach, beets, and carrots, and a little bit of summer savory. And over here are my sad broccolis, which are bolting, along with some garlic and calendula. I do have some new broccoli starting, but I don't know if it's too late. And this is going to be my squashes right here. I've got a couple of them popping up. And this over here is the garlic. So I've got like 80 cloves of garlic. It's doing pretty well this year. And then this is my spinach, which I've picked today. Cucumbers, nasturtiums, yellow beans, some lettuce growing in a pot. These are just some herbs and more lettuce, romaine. That will be cucumbers that I start from seed in about 3 weeks, so that I'll have them coming while the ones that I just planted will be almost done. And then this is, again, I harvested a bunch of stuff today. This is the greens, the mesclun and Swiss chard, and I got radishes, which are almost to the end, so I don't have them. I won't have them much longer, though I do have new ones started, but I don't know if they'll grow. It might be too warm. Now I planted the peppers in the garlic because it was recommended that they make a nice companion plant. So I've got a lot of peppers here. I got 19 pepper plants because I don't know what they are. I got them mixed up. They fell. I don't know what's what, so I had to plant them all to find out which ones I want to keep and which ones I don't. And this is the garlic. It's looking really great. This is right here. This little thing here is called a garlic scape. So you harvest those garlic scapes before the garlic bulbs form. See if I got a better one. they start to curl. And yeah, here we go. This is a better one, if I can find it. See that part? That's the garlic scape, and if you let it grow, it's going to form a flower, but you harvest them when they start to curl, and then you eat them, and then the energy goes to making the bulb. Then these are my blueberries. This is my creation, if you will, from PVC chicken wire. This is going to be spaghetti squashes in that little triangle thing right there. Over here I do need to do some work. I'm thinking of planting cilantro or something once I get that all cleaned up. And this is like an extension to the garden. It goes around, wraps around the shed. And these are my tomatoes. I have 12 tomato plants with some basil at the end there. And I'm going to be doing this weaving pattern where you wrap it like in an 8 around the tomatoes and attach it to the stakes, and then you come around and do it the other side. So we're going to see, it's called a French weave, so we'll see if it works or not. I can always add stakes later if it doesn't. And then these are my peas, which I'm going to step in the path. I want to get over the tomatoes. I don't want to mess them up. Let's see. I have a couple of peas coming. Oh, there's one right there. There's a pea. And there's a pea. I picked about 4 today. So the peas are finally coming. And I have more peas along the fence. I have 2 kinds. One is a dwarf variety and one is like a mammoth pea. So the mammoth peas are the ones that aren't blooming yet. So we'll see what happens, you know. I mean, I'm just, you know, trying my best to do stuff. And over here is going to be more spaghetti squash. I just have to decide which ones I want to keep because I only want to have like 3 or 4 of them. And again, that's a better view of my trellis that I made from chicken wire and PVC. And I'm feeling sprinkles, so must be pretty humid right now. So that's pretty much the vegetables, and that's the yard. And have a hill. That's more stuff growing up there. Gardens that I put in years ago. And that's the patio, which we have to fix a little bit. We're going to be adding maybe some sort of screening or something on it. And I got to get patio furniture. And these are my shade garden, which is years and years old. It's mostly stuff that just spreads wildly. There's a lot of ferns, and there's variegated grass and some Siberian iris. Oh, we have some wild roses growing finally. They smell so pretty. And then this is going around the side of the house, and this needs to be fixed right here. We got to get rid of all that undergrowth. And then we're coming around to my small flower garden. This is the front. This is the deck on the front of the house. And I just planted annuals this year. And then again, that's a Siberian iris. And I've got some other irises here that were given to me by a lady by the name of Jane Piedamonte, and they're beautiful. So lovely purple, and they're gorgeous. And this is all going to be jewelweed as the season goes on, which the hummingbirds love. So I just let it grow instead of pulling it up. And these are all annuals that I just threw in for seeds. I don't know what they're going to be. I just kind of threw them all in, and we have to wait and see what they're going to grow as. And this is the front of the house. And this edge here has to be redone too. This is a mess. Again, it's all stuff that just took over. Spiderwort, lily of the valley, more Siberian iris, just a lot of stuff that just I have to have someone professionally come in and take it all out because I just can't. It's too hard. And that's a succulent, I can't, autumn joy, that's what that is. And over here, this usually sort of started as my perennial bed. So I've got some perennials here. Again, you know, I haven't really kept up with them. This is valerian right here. More irises and azalea over there. And this is my comfrey, which I use for green manure. And then I got my bleeding heart, and these are more annual seeds that I just threw in here hoping that something will grow. And we have a bee buzzing about. And that's pretty much it. You don't need to see the garbage cans, and that's the neighbor's yard. She just did a wonderful job on her trumpet vine. Almost looks like a bonsai now. She did such a wonderful job on it. So I want to do something like that too. And this is the edge of the garden from the front of the house where the tomatoes are. So I hope you've enjoyed my little introduction into my house that you haven't seen. And, you know, let me know what you think, and you have a great week, and we'll talk to you again next week. Bye.